Hey guys, I'm Andrew, also known as Iron Android, and I love to talk about movies and TV shows way too much. With that being said, in today's video, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 favorite horror franchises of all time, and I would love to hear your guys' rankings in the comments down below. In 10th place, I have The Conqueror. This horror franchise is a paranormal investigator, Ed and Lorraine Warren, who help a family in the 1970s Rhode Island area. The parents who are terrorized by a dark presence in the new farmhouse, and the film is based on a real life case of the parent family and the Warrens' investigation into the demic haunted within the old farmhouse, which is why I rate this franchise a 4 out of 10. In ninth place are the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This franchise follows the story of Leatherface and his psychological cannibalistic family who terrorizes and kills unexpected visitors in Texas and everything. The series features a messy and often consistent continuation and various direct to sequels and soft reboots and standalone films, which is awesome. And I think every single franchise on my list is super fun. It's not perfect, but it's super fun, and that's why I give it the ratings that they have. But I give this one a 4.5 out of 10. In eighth place, I have Final Destination. This movie is how you cannot escape death or cheat death. You will die no matter what, and literally everybody dies no matter what. And it does have a good message of living your life to the fullest, and you want no regrets. And I think that's a very good message to have in any movie, not even just any movie, in life, period. Which is why I rate this franchise a 5 out of 10. In seventh place, I have Night of the Living Dead. A desperate group of individuals take refuge in an abandoned house, and when corpses begin to leave the graveyard in search of fresh humans to devour, it does not take long. Ben does his best to control the situation, but when the reanimated bodies surround the house, the other survivors begin to panic, as any people would do in any group and everything, which I completely understand. The zombies start to find ways inside, but one by one, the living humans become the prey of the deceased ones, which I think is kind of funny. What I rate this movie and franchise a 5.5 out of 10. In sixth place, I have Saw. Jigsaw is a good horror person and everything like that, and he designs elaborate, life-threatening traps in games to test his victims to see who will live and who will die. And after they have been demoted and deserving of punishment for past misdeeds, he tests often involve inflicting extreme pain and forcing victims to make gruesome decisions to survive. And he reminds me of a lot like Kevin McAllister from the Home Alone movies, because he had to put traps down for his house so he would survive and wouldn't get robbed of the two robbers. But other than that and everything, I rate this franchise a 6 out of 10. In fifth place, I have Nightmare on Elm Street. It has a classic slasher film side of it, and it has several misstrained teenagers who fall prey to Freddy Krueger, a defected midnight mangler who preys on teenagers in their dreams, which I think is a super interesting concept, which in he kills them in reality. After investigating the phenomenon and kill streaks, Nancy begins to suspect that a dark secret kept by her and her friends' parents may be the key to unraveling the mystery and figuring out what's happening. But everything, I rate this franchise a 6.6 out of 10. In fourth place, I have Halloween. Centered on Michael Myers, a mass killer who stalks and murders people, primarily on Halloween night, after escaping from a mental institution, which I think is so funny, and it could happen in real life. You never know. But I do like this, and I love the soundtrack. I think it's the most iconic soundtrack in the horror films, which I really love. But I rate this franchise a 7 out of 10. In third place, I have Friday the 13th. It follows Jason, a serial killer who, after his mother's initial rampage at Camp Crystal Lake, he grows into an undead, unnatural entity, stalking and killing various victims, often teenagers, with various weapons, including his signature machine knife, and I rate this franchise a 8 out of 10. In my runner-up spot, I have It. It is a group of seven outcast children called the Losers Club who battles a ancient shape-shifting monster, Pennywise the Dancing Clown, in their hometown of Derry, Maine. The first film focuses on the children defeating and struggling to defeat Pennywise and everything, while the second one shows them reunited as adults and defeating Pennywise for good and everything. And I just love this film. This is probably the most watchable and rewatchable film of the horror franchises on my list, just because it's so fun and so entertaining. And I honestly don't think this is that scary. I just think it's super fun, and I rewatch it every single year. But other than that, I rate this a 9 out of 10. But in first place, I got the Scream franchise. This is the franchise that got me into horror movies in the first place, and it's gotta be on my list just for that reason. And it's the one that I consistently rewatch the most, other than it. But it has a good character development and everything like that. It centers around a serial killer known as Ghostface, and the characters targeted by the killer's revenge-driven attacks, most notably for Sidney Prescott, and it's always related to her, which I think is kind of funny. But the films are known for sanitizing horror movies and meta comedy slasher films, and everything it does is just perfect. And it has a perfect blend of scares and black comedy, which I really enjoy. But other than that, I rate this a 10 out of 10 franchise. But without being said, you guys, I'm Andrew, also known as Iron Android. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single upload. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to my gaming channel and my TikTok. Link will be in the description for both of those things. But for now, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.